Yo, what's going on? It's Terrell, Hall of Fame, D-Line, TBKC, and all that other good stuff. Uh, this video is about Merles. A different look at Merles, because some of you have asked me questions about the Merles and why do you hate them and why do that's not, I think you all missed the message. I don't hate Merles. I tend to want to go by the rules. And the rules of the American Bully has always been that there's not a Merle American Bully. There's not a Merle Frenchie. And in our community, we argue this. And this is something I actually talked with Dave Wilson about this years ago. In other communities, they're just considered to be designer breeds. And it's not this stigma of a lie around them. And the Merle American Bullies have probably have, well, it's almost guaranteed that they have some of the Alapaha in them. You know, that's where you get the Merle color from. So instead of just lying and saying after a couple generations, the Merle pattern popped out of nowhere, why don't we just call them designer breeds and call them what they are? And, you know, for those who have specialty registries like other designer breeds like the Labradoodle and different things like that, they can be sold that way. And the most important thing about whether it's a Frenchie or English Bulldog or whatever, the most important thing is if we flip the page and recognize that they are designer breeds and not keep trying to, oh, no, they're really this, they're really this, we can have a better understanding of how to breed them. It doesn't mean you have to change the name if you want to call your thing. You know, I've seen a lot of breeders coin the phrase now, you know, designer bullies and different things like that. And if you want to go along, you know, if you want to go that route, but educate yourself on how to breed these dogs and understand where their genetics might have come from so you can make a better version of that dog. I don't hate the dog. It's just as a judge and as a purist to the breed, I have to judge the dogs off of what they are and what I'm seeing in front of me, you know. And when you see color patterns that are not allowed, it's a disqualification. It's not about hate. I've seen a lot of a friend of mine's, you know, has some beautiful, beautiful Merle bullies, and another friend of mine's has some beautiful Merle Frenchies. But at the end of the day, even as a friend, if they come in the ring, I have to follow the rules, you know. And that's the one thing I've been telling everybody is why don't we focus on really getting down to what the dogs are and not really being dishonest and saying, oh, it's this and it's that. And this is one of the big things in the American bully community as to why we don't do DNA testing. Because if the American bully community, and when I say American bully community, I'm including all the breeds that are up under it and everything. If we started doing a heavy amount of DNA testing, which we're going to do here in the TBKC, it would all fall apart. Everybody would get found out to be a lie. A lot of things, you know, it would just crumble because the whole thing is built on a lie. Everybody's lying, you know. You have Bordeaux in these dogs. You have Alapaha in the other dogs. You know, you have Rottweiler in some of the dogs. You have so many different types of dogs that people have mixed in to get a desired look instead of doing the line breeding, that the people who have been, you know, purists and stuck to the line breeding method to create the dogs that we want, it butts heads directly with the people who, you know, do these things. Just like I've mentioned to y'all when the pocket came in, you know, you saw 100-pound dogs in one generation get cut down to 60-pound dogs. And by that second generation, they were, you know, 12 inches and, you know, 35 pounds. And these people still wanted to have the same paperwork and tell the same story. That's the part that causes all the confusion. You know, like I say, I actually know a couple people with pretty nice Merle dogs. And the one thing I do notice when I talk to them, they totally understand how to breed them. They totally understand the science behind them, and they've done some work on how to do it. And there are breeds, and you know, throughout the dog world that do have this pattern that are not, you know, getting destroyed by the pattern. I don't think that the American bully community, let's say 99% of the people in the American bully community, and that includes all the breeds that hang around the American bully community, are mentally equipped yet to handle those genes. You know, you'll have some people who are doing a good job of it and making some very nice, big, clean, beautiful animals. And then you'll have somebody who'll get a hold of it and they'll do what they've done to many other dogs and they'll just destroy all gene patterns. And as you know, doing what I do and trying to be a voice for the breed and healthy dogs and things, sometimes you have to drive home a point and people get it confused that you just hate the dog. I don't hate any dogs. But what I do love is to follow rules so we can, you know, get things in order. And many years ago, like I said, I proposed to the American Bully community, well, ABKC actually, I proposed to the ABKC community that we go ahead and we move forward, and we have an extreme bully, which was, you know, the dogs that were a little more extreme wide, but still with good conformation, and they knew that they had put some bulldog here and there, and it was obvious, and it was against the breed standards. Let's make an extreme bully if that's what you want to do, to pull those dogs out and protect the true American bully. They didn't want to go along with that, of course. And I told them a long time ago that if they wanted to do something, you know, of this nature and not turn away the money, which would basically boil down to with the ABKC, they could have just went designer breeds on a lot of stuff. You know, it's just a lot of small registries that have designer breeds, and they're open to say, hey, I'll put a little bit of this in there, I'll put a little bit of that in there. This is what we think this is made out of, but look at it, it's beautiful, it's healthy, and you accept it for what it is. And it's funny because a lot of people in this thing, you know, definitely want to get their money back out of dogs and different things of that nature. It wouldn't even hurt the people who are doing this as a business, because the name American Bully or the name Pit Bull is not what's making those people money. It's the fact that they got some big dogs, and you know what I mean, and people like what they see and they go along with it, you know what I mean? It's just that simple. So why have the argument and the debate with communities who are holding on to the integrity of their name and their standard for their registries, just to, I don't know what's the point of it all, you know? Like when they made the Labradoodle, they didn't keep on saying it was a Labrador or a Poodle. They told you exactly what it was. This is what we have, and we rocking it this way. And they were successful. They were selling them things left and right, made their own little registries and everything. And it's something about the bully community that, you know, we can't even progress because we continue to tell lies about everything. You know, and, you know, like I say, education, if you're going to breed a Merle dog, education is going to be your key. You know, whatever you'll run into with the registries and different things, that's going to be, you know, up in the air, debatable. But education on how to breed it, education on the issues that come along with it, education on the issues of how to avoid what comes along with it is going to be very, very much so key. You know, the politics of it and what they're going to be named and who's going to accept them and if they're going to be accepted as American bullies or if they're another breed and all that stuff. That's something that you don't have any control over. But the one thing that you do have control over is to educate yourself properly to put out a good, healthy product that's not going to make anyone look bad, and mainly yourself. Hopefully this video helped y'all clear up my feelings on that. I don't hate any dogs. I just feel like we have to follow the rules of the standards and the regulations of each breed that we do. Until next time, much love, y'all. God bless.